All right, let's talk about something that's probably on a lot of your minds: meta ads. We're going to dive into how you can stop all the guesswork and start seeing some real, actual growth from your campaigns.
I mean, let's be real. Have you ever stared at your ads manager and just felt completely lost? Especially since all those big privacy updates a few years back. It can feel like you're throwing money into a black box, just hoping for the best, with no real clue what's actually working.
But don't worry, we are here to flip the lights on. First, we'll break down this modern ad puzzle. Then, we'll decode something called attribution. After that, we'll introduce you to your new best friend, AI-powered campaigns. We'll give you a simple playbook to follow, and then wrap up with a look at the future, which, spoiler alert, is all about automation.
Okay, so first up, the modern ad puzzle. What's the deal here? Well, in a nutshell, big privacy changes, like Apple's iOS 14 update, basically blew up the old way of doing things. It's gotten so much harder to see what people are doing after they leave Facebook or Instagram. It really feels like the map we all used to use has just vanished.
And that is exactly why we need a new map, which leads us right into our next section, decoding ad attribution. See, to get out of the dark, we have to get our heads around how Meta even connects the dots. How do they link someone seeing your ad to them actually buying something? Honestly, this concept is the bedrock for everything else we're going to talk about.
So the key idea here is what's called an attribution window. The best way to think about it is like a trail of digital breadcrumbs. It's the specific window of time Meta uses to say, okay, this sale happened because of that ad. If the purchase falls within that specific time frame, boom, your ad gets the credit. It's really that straightforward, in theory.
Let's walk through a real-world journey to make this click. Imagine this. Day 1, someone's scrolling Instagram stories. They see your ad, but just keep on swiping. No click. Day 2, they're on their Facebook feed. They see another one of your ads, and this time, they click. They poke around your website, but then they leave. No purchase. Fast forward to day 5. They see another ad, and this time, they finally buy. So the big question is, which ad gets the credit for that sale?
And here's where it gets really fascinating. The answer totally depends on your settings. If you're using what's called a 7-day click window, the sale gets credited back to that ad they clicked on day 2. Why? Because the purchase happened within 7 days. Simple. But what if you were using a 1-day view window instead? Well, in that case, no ad gets the credit. Too much time went by. Do you see how just one little setting can completely change the story your reports are telling you? It's huge. Okay, so now that we've got the groundwork of attribution down, let's level up. It's time for section 3, meet your AI campaign. Because look, understanding attribution is step 1, but the real magic happens when you pair that knowledge with Meta's powerful AI tools. We're talking specifically about Advantage Plus campaigns.
So what the heck is an Advantage Plus campaign? Honestly, the best way to think of it is as your own personal marketing genius, or like putting your ads on autopilot. It uses some seriously smart machine learning to handle almost the whole shebang for you, finding the right people, testing your ads, optimizing for sales, basically doing all the heavy lifting to save you time and make you more money.
And just to give you a sense of the sheer power we're talking about here, get this. In just one campaign, the AI can automatically test up to 150 different versions of your ad. 150. That's mixing and matching all your images, your videos, your headlines, your text. Can you imagine trying to do that by hand? No way. It would be absolutely impossible.
So what's the bottom line for you? Well, it's all about working smarter, not harder. This AI saves you a ton of time. It makes better decisions than we ever could about who should see which ad. And the proof is in the pudding. This usually leads to cheaper customer acquisition costs and a much better return on ad spend. I mean, what's not to love? It's a total win-win.
Okay, so we've covered the what and the why. Now for the really good stuff, the how. Let's get practical. Section 4 is your playbook for success. I'm going to give you 3 super important best practices to make sure you're getting every last drop of performance out of these AI campaigns. Tip number 1, and this is maybe the most important, you have to feed the machine. Think about it. The AI is only as smart as the data you give it. By using tools like the Conversions API, people call it CAPI for short, you're sending a much cleaner, much more reliable signal back to Meta about what's working. The rule of thumb is dead simple. Better data in equals better results out. Garbage in, garbage out, right?
All right, tip number 2 is to unleash your creativity.
The machine is going to handle all the nerdy targeting stuff, right? Your job, as the human, is to be the creative director. You need to give it the raw materials to work with. The more great stuff you throw at it, different pictures, different videos, different headlines, the more ammo it has to find that perfect killer combination for every single person it shows an ad to.
And finally, tip number 3, budget for learning. You'll want to use the setting called Advantage Campaign Budget. What this does is it basically gives the AI permission to move your money around to wherever it's getting the best results, automatically in real time. It's awesome, but here's the key. You need to give it enough fuel. The general rule is you want a budget big enough to get at least 50 conversions a week. That's the magic number that lets the AI really learn what's working and start firing on all cylinders.
This all leads us to our final section, and honestly, our biggest takeaway. Section 5. The future is automated. If there's just one single thing you walk away with today, I want it to be this.
Let that sink in for a second. The game has totally changed. It's not about being in the weeds, tweaking a million tiny settings anymore. Your new job is to be a great manager of the AI. You feed it good data, you give it great creative, and you set up a smart budget. Then you let it do its thing.
And that really leaves us with one final, kind of big question to chew on. This whole shift, it's way bigger than just your ad campaigns, right? Once you start getting the hang of this, how can you take these same ideas, this trust in AI and automation, and apply to grow your entire business? Think about product development or customer service. The possibilities are huge. Definitely something to think about. Thanks so much for tuning in.